Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I'm going to be breaking down the Call of Duty World War II trailer reveal for you. It's a more straightforward trailer than normal for Call of Duty, mostly in regards to the story, because it's the story of World War II and we all know how that one panned out. But there are a few nice nuggets of hidden information in here that I was able to dig out that I think you'll like. When the trailer first opens up, you see this big black panel with white text that says actual in-game footage. The actual in-game footage is in-game footage of the cutscenes in the game, mostly. Now, Call of Duty does not use CGI or any sort of special engine to render the cutscenes. It renders the cutscenes in the exact same engine that the game plays in, so it's roughly representative of in-game graphics, and if you look carefully, you do see segments of actual gameplay where you're shooting and handling your soldier's weapon and doing things like that, and there are some gameplay moments that do look quite good by Call of Duty standards. Graphically speaking, we're looking pretty good. There's some small nice touches such as water on the helmets, reflections, and nice particle effects. One of the things that I noticed right off the bat is that gore is coming back big time. You have, in the D-Day landing, you have an ally getting shot in the head, you have falling over into the bloody water that you can see. You can see all the dead bodies on the beach all around you, allies getting shot into giblets by airplanes, getting blown up by bombs. There's all sorts of horrible headshots, and beating a guy to death with a helmet's pretty violent. And overall, the gore seems to be on its way back to Call of Duty, like other games, to emphasize the brutality of war. When it comes to missions and where you're going to be playing, the game takes place entirely in Europe from 1944 to 1945, so that means no Japanese campaigns, nor no North African campaigns, no island hopping, pretty much all just slogging it out with the Allied invasion of Nazi-held Europe. You see the D-Day beach landing. That's probably going to be a huge mission, as it is an iconic scene from war in general now. There's a bell tower scene where you mostly see the bell tower getting destroyed and people falling down. That probably has a lot to do with sniping, kind of like Saving Private Ryan, and you see a great number of scenes in the Argonne Forest. Now, there are so many battles that happened in the forests and around them. You have Battle of the Bulge, and you've got various other invasions, so there's a great many things that can happen there. Most of the weapons that were shown off were pretty basic, but you do get to see some grease guns, you do get to hear and see some M1s, and some of the more unique weapons you see are the mounted weapons. You get to see a mounted flat cannon that you can get in to shoot down airplanes, and oddly, but realistically, there seems to be a decent amount of airplanes versus infantry action going on, or tanks versus infantry. There's a lot of emphasis on tank combat, which would have been authentic to the era because tanks and planes kind of dominated the war more than infantry did. And there's the super obvious flamethrower teaser. I think that classic Call of Duty executions are going to be back. Almost every single Call of Duty game has a main character dying from first person now, and you see that with what is likely a main character getting executed by a Nazi officer, probably to build up tension. The story part of the trailer focuses very heavily on loss of friends and building friendships. They talked about this during the stream a lot. It's all about, you know, making friends, gaining friends, camaraderie and brotherhood, and then losing those friends. So it's probably going to be a very sad story if I had to bet. Overall, as far as looks and feels, graphically speaking, it's looking quite nice. It's looking significantly better than Call of Duty usually does this time of year, and it's looking a lot more polished too, so I'm very happy with it overall. And this is a little bit shorter trailer breakdown than normal because there's not as much story to pick into. There's no jetpacks, no lasers, no future Nazi doctors and time traveling. This is the story of World War II, which I'm sure you all know quite well, and it's going to be more of a reenactment or an honoring of the fallen soldiers than it will be creating something brand new. Finally, just in case you haven't seen it for whatever reason, I'm going to end this breakdown with the actual whole trailer itself. Enjoy!
This day have set upon a mighty endeavor. Souls will be shaken with the violences of war in this hour of great sacrifice. We shall prevail.
Get your head down and keep moving!
We are all that separates the world from darkness. The enemy is ruthless. We cannot, we must not fail.
Duty first.
Hey, Perez! Won't be enough for you!
casualties.
We executed the mission.
Get me the fuck out of here. How many?
We had orders!
Get to cover!
Lieutenant, tell them what we're all about.
No mission too difficult. No sacrifice too great.
Welcome to the Bloody First. You're a long way from Texas, farm boy.
Pre-order now and get access to the private beta.